Now, with Odell Beckham Jr. constantly trending sometimes for good reasons and sometimes for bad reasons, lately he was trending for the incident in which he gifted LSU student athletes what seemed to be real $100 bills after their 42-25 win over Clemson in the national championship game. He then followed that up with an incident in the locker room where he slapped a police officer on his butt. But let's start with the negatives for a moment. The positive is Odell Beckham went trending big when he became the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. It's only right that we point out some of the stupidly expensive things he's purchased since signing that $95 million contract. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new and if this is your first time on the channel, and also leave a like as it helps the channel out tremendously. So first, let's talk about the most expensive pair of Chuck Taylors ever that Odell Beckham Jr. owns. And he didn't even flinch when he found out how much they actually cost.
How does it feel to have a pair of $20,000 Chuck Taylors?
That's crazy.
Now, as you see on the screen, Chuck Taylors are around the prices shown here. So knowing what Odell Beckham Jr. paid for his pair, we gotta understand how outrageous that is. The street artist Kai, who designed the Chucks, valued them at $20,000 as they included 24-karat gold-laced tips and concrete. They finally asked OBJ would he wear these, and this was his response.
Put them on, put them right back.
But Odell had always had a sneaker obsession since he was younger, and he also told the designer this.
Why do you enjoy kicks so much?
I've been a sneakerhead since I was little. I remember my daddy, like, that would be about the only thing that I'd be waiting on. I'm like, man, I know he's gonna give me a new pair of J's, and he would bust his ass to give me a new pair of J's, and my mom would do the same.
Now, it's still left to be seen if OBJ has actually worn those pair of Chuck Taylors, but I don't know. For $20,000, Odell Beckham Jr. might be smart enough to keep those up on the shelf or in the special container that Kai gave him when he gifted him the shoes. Next was the highly anticipated debut for Odell Beckham Jr. with the Cleveland Browns. OBJ took over the headlines when he played that game in a $350,000 Richard Mille watch. Odell wasn't flaunting it, but it didn't take long for many people to recognize the watch, and it wasn't just the fact that he was wearing the watch during a professional NFL game, but also because of how much the watch was worth, which was listed at over $250,000. Many talk shows and fans began commenting on whether the watch was really a distraction to the team or not.
Watchgate a big deal or no big deal?
Now, it's noted that wearing the watch is against the league policy, but also risky due to the cost of the watch, but also because Odell had this to say about it. If anybody else would have worn the watch, or if it was a $20 watch, then it wouldn't have been a problem. That's just my life. If it ain't this, then it's something else. If it wasn't the watch, it would have been the way that I tie my shoes. Now, it only made it worse because throughout the game, OBJ only caught 7 passes for 71 yards without a touchdown, and the Browns ended up losing. Now, you know we couldn't leave without discussing OBJ's expensive car purchases, as his car collection had to match his status. DreamWorks Motorsports, which is OBJ's go-to when it comes to car shopping customization, he decided to revamp his Rolls-Royce Wraith. The Wraith was all white with rose gold accent, rims, trims, logos, and even the door handle. Bottom line, Wraiths go for about $300,000. Now, right before his trade to the Browns, he had DreamWorks Motorsports design his Mercedes-Benz CLG AMG along with a Ford F50 to match his Benz that he planned on gifting his dad for his birthday. Both came with black matte along with red detail and trim everywhere. The Mercedes-Benz CLG runs a little under $100,000, and then the truck $35,000. Now, in August of 2018, he gifted his little sister a customized Jeep Wrangler for her 16th birthday that was painted all black with an added lift kit. But that's not all. Right before Super Bowl 53, Odell surprised his mom with a new Mercedes-Benz G550, but we can't forget about what happened after Odell got traded to the Browns. Odell Beckham Jr. purchased a Cleveland Browns themed Rolls Royce for $500,000, of course done by DreamWorks, which he ended up posting on Instagram and sent the world into a frenzy. But that's all we have for today, man, about OBJ's and his crazy purchases. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like on the video, as it does help the channel out. And be sure to subscribe for more content just like this. But we'll see you in the next one.